Hello everyone, my name is Ariel Herrera, this is our team, and I'm delighted to present our work accepted by ICRA 2023, Adaptive Sampling-Based Particle Filter for Visual-inertial Gimbal in the Wild. First, let's start with what a gimbal platform is. A gimbal is a pivoted and suspension system to permit rotation of an object about a certain axis. This technique is widely used in photogrammetry and surveillance systems to stabilize the camera. This system could improve the image quality to get rid of the motion blurry effect in pixel. Some systems may depend on the IMU sensor. In addition, the cheap version of a gimbal has limited payload. Meanwhile, the Pro version is quite expensive and difficult to maintain. Our goal is to design a gimbal platform carried by a UAV for volcanic eruption surveillance in an unpopulated region full of mountains. Hence, our work is to design a gimbal platform that is quite robust in long-term operation and resistant to harsh weather conditions. The gimbal platform design is based on open-source hardware. The main processing unit is a Jetson Nano, connected to IMU, camera, and barometer sensors. Furthermore, an OpenCR driver controls two servo motors to compensate for roll and pitch angle accordingly. The software, on the other hand, is composed mainly of three parts. The pre-processing part, including the network model and geometric primitive extraction, followed by a tracking module to align the skyline and normal of the ground plane in the current frame with those in the reference frame. The compensation angles from various pipelines are then fed into the proposed particle filter to obtain fusion orientations, further as input for the controller to stabilize the camera. To tackle this challenging issue, we refer to the neural network model and train from scratch on the Skyline dataset by using ResNet 18 as a backbone for binary mask segmentation. So, what is segmentation used for? Starting from the binary mask results gained from the network model, the skyline can be found along the boundary direction. The extracted skyline can be further considered as a cue to estimate the roll and pitch of the camera. We search boundary points over the whole reference image, and a straight line is fitted as illustrated in red. Ground plane tracking, on the other hand, relies on the normal vector of the ground plane. To track the normal vector, three random points on the ground are taken. Then a line that must be aligned with the skyline is determined, and in this way the rotation matrix is found. After obtaining the orientation angles from the computer vision algorithms, we use the proposed spherical particle filter to fuse them along IMU measurements. So, each particle's life cycle can be represented in four phases. The initial state is sampled from a normal distribution center at the measurement of timestamp t. Next, the motion prediction is based on the propagation of the previous particle states by extrapolation in time. When the orientation from a single pipeline, either skyline or ground plane, is available, the new samples in red are generated on finer resolution neighboring the green dots. If both skyline and ground plane pipelines are available, the highest sampling resolution is employed to generate more new samples. We first did simulation tests in the lab by pointing the gimbal camera towards the landscape picture, as you can see here. Next, we did a real test pointing towards a real landscape with a skyline. We did three different tests. One only with the IMU sensor, another only with the skyline algorithm, and the last one with the fusion of the two methods plus the ground plane algorithm. Then we did a real-time test with the gimbal mounted on a quadcopter. On the right, we can see the view of the gimbal camera that is maintained with a horizontal skyline. So we can see that it is stabilized. From the previous experiment, we did a comparison between the camera recorded with the gimbal platform and without the gimbal platform. From the latter, we can see that the skyline sometimes is out of the view with targetless frames. So it is not stabilized. Finally, here are our results. The table shows that our fusion approach outperforms the other baseline approaches without fusion. The bar figure further validates the consistency of our method. For more details, you can check our self-collected dataset, code, and paper. Thanks for your attention.